That dog food you're buying isn't feeding your dog, it's filling your dog. Meat derivatives, feet, beaks, feathers, ground into kibble and called premium. 70% of the bag is corn, wheat and rice. Chicken appears fifth on the ingredients, behind the fillers, the happy dogs on the packaging, marketing, the vet-recommended label paid for, the complete nutrition claim, legal fiction. I investigated Britain's best-selling dog food brands. What I found will make you check every bag in your cupboard. 10 brands lying about meat content, bulking with cheap grains, prioritizing profit over your dog's health. Stick around. Number 1, spends more on TV adverts than actual meat. 10. Beta science-backed marketing, byproduct reality. Beta positions itself as the scientifically formulated dog food. The packaging has laboratory imagery, claims about optimal nutrition and scientifically proven. The branding suggests veterinary expertise. For dog owners who want the best for their pets and trust scientific marketing, you're feeding your dog cheap grains with meat derivatives. Beta is owned by Purina, which is owned by Nestle. Corporate mega ownership means cost optimization across hundreds of products. The science is finding the cheapest possible ingredients that technically meet minimum nutritional requirements. Check the ingredient list. Cereals appear first. That's wheat, corn, and rice. These are cheap fillers that dogs struggle to digest properly. Then comes meat and animal derivatives. Not chicken, not beef, derivatives. The parts left over after human-grade meat is removed. In 2015, Beta reformulated to reduce costs. Meat derivative content dropped from 18% to 14%. Cereal content increased. Did they announce this? No, the scientifically proven claims stayed the same, but your dog was getting less protein and more filler. For families trusting scientific branding to mean quality ingredients, you're paying £2.50 to £3.50 per kilogram for mostly grains with animal byproducts mixed in. The laboratory imagery is marketing. The ingredients are bottom tier, and if science-backed claims can mislead, wait until you hear about the premium brand that's anything but. 9. Harrington's premium positioning, budget ingredients. Harrington's markets itself as premium British dog food. The packaging looks sophisticated. The branding emphasizes complete and natural. The price sits between budget and genuine premium, around £3 to £4 per kilogram. For dog owners wanting to upgrade from supermarket basics without spending premium prices, you're getting supermarket basics with better packaging. Harrington's is owned by pet food giant Inspired Pet Nutrition. Their business model is positioning budget ingredients as premium through marketing and packaging design. The food itself, cereal heavy with meat meal as the protein source. Meat meal is rendered animal tissue, cooked at high temperatures until all moisture is removed, then ground into powder. It's not fresh meat. It's not even identifiable meat. It's whatever animal parts were cheapest that week, processed into shelf-stable powder. The ingredient list shows cereals first, then meat meal at around 20%. That's 80% grain filler. For a carnivorous animal that should be eating primarily meat and fat. In 2019, Harrington's launched a grain-free range to capitalize on pet health trends. The marketing emphasized natural feeding, but they replaced grains with peas and potatoes, still cheap carbohydrate fillers, just different ones. For pet owners choosing Harrington's thinking you're feeding premium, you're paying premium prices for the same cereal-heavy formula as budget brands. The sophisticated packaging is selling you industrial pet food with a markup, but at least Harrington's doesn't claim veterinary backing, unlike our next brand. 8. James Wellbeloved hypoallergenic claims, grain-heavy reality. James Wellbeloved positions itself as the hypoallergenic choice for sensitive dogs. The branding emphasizes natural and holistic. Vets recommend it. Pet owners trust it. For dogs with allergies or sensitive stomachs. For owners paying £5 to £7 per kilogram, thinking you're getting specialist nutrition, you're getting rice-heavy kibble with single-source protein. James Wellbeloved's ingredient lists show rice as the primary component, not meat, rice. Sometimes turkey meal appears second, sometimes lamb meal, but rice dominates every formula. The hypoallergenic claim comes from using single protein sources, just turkey, or just lamb, or just fish. This helps identify allergens. But it doesn't make the food high quality when 70% of it is rice. Dogs with grain sensitivities often do poorly on James Wellbeloved, despite the hypoallergenic marketing. Because rice is still a grain, the food is eliminating potential allergens whilst loading up on a common one. In 2017, James Wellbeloved was acquired by Platinum Equity. Private equity ownership meant margin optimization. The rice percentage increased slightly, meat meal quality declined, but the premium pricing and vet recommendations continued. Smell. James Wellbeloved kibble. There's a musty, starchy aroma. That's the rice dominating. Real meat-based dog food smells rich and savory. This smells like cooked grains with a hint of meat flavoring. For the thousands of dog owners paying premium prices for hypoallergenic food, you're feeding primarily rice with some meat meal. The specialist claims are selling you grain-heavy kibble at specialist prices. But specialist grain-based food isn't as cynical as the traditional British brand coming next. 7. Winalot British Tradition. Industrial byproducts. Winalot has been in British homes since 1927. That heritage branding, the traditional packaging, the association with British dogs and British farming. It feels like supporting tradition. For elderly dog owners who've fed Winalot for decades, for people choosing what feels like a trusted British brand, you're feeding your dog the same industrial byproducts as the cheapest supermarket options. Winalot is owned by Mars Pet Care, the American confectionery giant that also owns Pedigree, Cesar, and dozens of other pet food brands. British heritage is branding, American corporate ownership is reality. The ingredient list shows cereals first, then meat and animal derivatives at just 4%. The rest is grain filler, vegetable protein extracts, and additives to make it palatable. That 4% meat isn't chicken breast or beef, it's derivatives. Ground bone, offal, connective tissue, the parts of animals that can't be sold for human consumption, rendered and processed into kibble. In 2012, Mars reformulated Winalot to reduce costs. The already minimal meat content dropped further, cereal content increased. The traditional packaging stayed identical, and loyal customers kept buying, not realizing their trusted brand had degraded. For pensioners on fixed incomes feeding Winalot thinking they're giving their dogs proper nutrition, you're giving them mostly grains with trace meat byproducts. The British tradition is marketing. The ingredients are industrial waste repurposed as dog food. The heritage branding is selling mediocrity, and if British tradition can mislead, the butcher-themed brand is even worse. Subscribe before we continue. Subscribe before we continue. We're exposing what's really in Britain's most popular dog foods. Hit that bell because the top 6 get even worse. 6. Butcher's butcher branding. No butcher quality. Butcher's has packaging showing cuts of meat. The branding suggests proper butchery. Tripe loaf, chicken in jelly. The tins and pouches look like they contain real meat portions. For dog owners choosing wet food thinking you're giving better nutrition than kibble, thinking butcher branding means quality meat, you're feeding meat derivatives in jelly with 4% actual meat. Butcher's is owned by Purina, which is owned by Nestle, the same corporate ownership as Beta. The butcher imagery is pure marketing. There's no butcher involvement, no quality meat selection, nothing that resembles actual butchery. Open a tin of Butcher's. The contents are grey-brown slurry with chunks of indeterminate texture. The jelly is primarily water, thickeners, and gelling agents. The meat chunks? Compressed meat derivatives that could be from any animal. The ingredient list shows meat and animal derivatives at 4%. That means 96% of what's in the tin isn't meat. It's water, cereals, minerals, and vegetable derivatives bulk out the product. In 2016, Butcher's reduced tin sizes from 400 grams to 390 grams whilst maintaining the same price. Shrinkflation hidden behind identical packaging. Your dog was getting less food for the same money. For families buying Butcher's thinking the tins contain proper meat portions, you're paying £1 to £1.50 per tin for 4% meat derivatives in water and thickeners. The Butcher branding is selling you industrial slurry with meat flavoring, but at least Butcher's admits it's not premium. The brand coming next pretends to be. 5. WAG Worker Biscuits branding. Poverty-grade ingredients. WAG markets itself as honest, no-nonsense dog food for working dogs. The packaging shows sturdy dogs. The branding suggests proper nutrition for active animals. The price is budget, around £1.50 to £2 per kilogram. For owners of working dogs, farm dogs, or active breeds, thinking you're getting appropriate fuel, you're feeding the lowest grade ingredients legally sellable as dog food. WAG is owned by Inspired Pet Nutrition, the same company that owns Harrington's. But whilst Harrington's gets premium packaging, WAG gets the same terrible ingredients in budget wrapping. The kibble is primarily cereals, wheat, corn, and maize. These are the cheapest possible fillers. Then comes meat and animal derivatives at just 4% for a dog that should be eating primarily meat. Working dogs need high protein and fat to fuel activity. WAG provides high carbohydrates from grains. The protein that exists comes from vegetable protein extracts, pea protein, soya, not animal meat. Break open WAG kibble. It crumbles easily because there's minimal fat content holding it together. Real meat-based kibble has oils from animal fat. WAG is dry, dusty, grain-based pellets with meat flavoring sprayed on. In 2020, WAG reformulated to add more vegetable proteins and reduce already minimal meat content. The working dog branding stayed. The price stayed low, but the food became even less appropriate for carnivorous animals. For working dog owners, feeding WAG thinking budget price means honest value, you're feeding grain pellets that would be more suitable for chickens than dogs. Your working dog deserves better than poverty-grade filler. If working dogs get filler, at least they're active. The next brand targets the most vulnerable dogs of all. 4. Chappie. Senior dog targeting. Senior health damaging. Chappie has heritage branding suggesting traditional British dog food. The packaging is simple and old-fashioned, and it's often recommended for older dogs because it's gentle and easy to digest. For owners of elderly dogs with sensitive stomachs, for people trusting traditional brands for their aging pets, you're feeding cereal-heavy food that's making digestive issues worse. Chappie is owned by Mars Pet Care, corporate ownership, pushing the cheapest possible ingredients. The food is primarily cereals, just like Win-A-Lot, their other heritage brand. The ingredient list shows cereals first, then meat and animal derivatives. But here's what's particularly cynical. Chappie markets itself as easily digestible for older dogs. The digestibility claim comes from using highly processed cereals, not quality meat. Older dogs need high-quality protein that's genuinely easy to digest. Fresh meat and fat. What they don't need is grain-heavy food that causes inflammation, digestive stress, and nutritional deficiency. In 2014, veterinary nutritionists started questioning grain-heavy diets for senior dogs. Research showed that elderly dogs process animal protein better than carbohydrates. Chappie's response? Keep the same formula. Keep marketing to seniors, ignore the science. Open a tin of Chappie and look at the texture. It's grey paste with minimal discernible meat content. The smell is musty and grain-forward. Pour it into a bowl and watch it slide out in one gelatinous mass. That's not food for a carnivore, that's processed cereal slurry. For owners of elderly dogs choosing Chappie, thinking you're being gentle on aging stomachs, you're feeding grain-heavy mush that's nutritionally inappropriate. Your senior dog needs real meat, not cereal paste marketed as digestible. Senior dogs deserve better, and so do small breeds targeted by our next brand. 3. Caesar Gourmet Marketing. Garbage ingredients. Caesar positions itself as luxury dog food for discerning small breeds. The foil trays look elegant. The marketing shows pampered dogs and sophisticated owners. The price is premium, around £1.50 to £2 per tray. For owners of small breeds wanting to treat their dogs, for people buying what feels like gourmet pet food, you're paying premium prices for meat derivatives and jelly. Caesar is owned by Mars Pet Care, the same corporation that owns Pedigree, Win-A-Lot, and Chappie. Different packaging, different pricing, identical approach to cheap ingredients. The ingredient list shows meat and animal derivatives at 4%. 4% in a product marketed as gourmet meat cuisine. The rest is water, minerals, and gelling agents creating those elegant-looking terrines. Open a Caesar tray. The contents are formed into neat rectangles that look like pâté, but they're not pâté, they're compressed meat derivatives with gelling agents creating that texture. Real meat doesn't hold that shape. Processed slurry does. In 2018, Caesar launched their Countryside range with premium pricing. The marketing emphasized farm-fresh quality. The ingredient list, identical to standard Caesar, 4% meat derivatives, same industrial processing, just different packaging and 20% higher price. Smell Caesar carefully. There's a chemical undertone beneath the meat flavoring, that's the preservatives and gelling agents. Real meat smells clean and savory. This smells processed and artificial. For owners of small breeds paying premium prices thinking you're treating your dog to luxury, you're buying industrial meat derivatives in elegant packaging. The gourmet positioning is pure marketing. The contents are poverty grade with a markup. Small dogs deserve real food too, and working-age dogs definitely deserve better than the number 2 brand. 2. Pedigree market dominance. Nutritional disaster. Pedigree is Britain's best-selling dog food. That iconic bone logo. The Feeds the Good in Dogs slogan, the widespread availability in every supermarket and pet shop. For millions of dog owners, feeding Pedigree because it's familiar and available. Because the branding suggests quality and care, you're feeding your dog industrial byproducts and grain filler that's contributing to obesity, allergies, and health problems. Pedigree is owned by Mars Pet Care. Their business model for Pedigree is volume over everything. Make it as cheaply as possible, sell it everywhere, dominate through availability and advertising. The ingredient list shows cereals first, then meat and animal derivatives. The meat content varies from 4 to 8% depending on variety. That means your dog is eating 92 to 96% non-meat ingredients. For a carnivorous animal that evolved eating meat, fat and bones, Pedigree is providing primarily grain carbohydrates with trace animal derivatives. It's nutritionally backwards. In 2010, veterinary researchers linked grain-heavy dog foods to increased obesity rates in British dogs. Mars's response? Launch healthy weight Pedigree varieties. The formula? Same grain-heavy base with reduced fat. They didn't fix the problem, they created a new product line around it. Break open Pedigree kibble. It's uniform brown pellets that crumble into dust. There's no visible meat, no fat content, no variation. Just processed grain formed into identical shapes. The smell is musty and grain-forward with artificial meat flavoring. This is number 2 because of the scale. Pedigree is in millions of British homes, dogs eating it daily for years. And those dogs are developing allergies, skin problems, digestive issues, and obesity linked to grain-heavy, meat-poor diets. Pedigree costs around £1.50 to £3 per kilogram. You're paying for brand familiarity wrapped around the cheapest ingredients legally definable as dog food. But if Pedigree's mass-market dominance bothers you, the #1 brand's targeted deception is worse. 1. Baker's complete nutrition claims. Completely inadequate reality. This is number 1, not because it's the worst quality, though it's close, but because Baker's Complete makes complete nutrition claims whilst providing one of the most nutritionally deficient formulas on the market. Baker's Complete dominates British supermarkets. The colourful packaging, the complete branding suggesting balanced nutrition, the price point of £2 to £3 per kilogram, making it seem like good value. For families feeding Baker's thinking you're providing everything your dog needs, for people trusting the complete claim, you're feeding sugar-laden cereal kibble with minimal meat that's actively harming your dog's health. Baker's is owned by Purina, owned by Nestlé. Corporate ownership means maximum cost cutting. But here's what makes Baker's particularly egregious. It contains added sugars. Check the ingredient list. Cereals, meat and animal derivatives at 4%, then sugars. Added sugars in dog food, not for nutrition, for palatability, to make dogs crave the food despite it being nutritionally terrible. Dogs don't need dietary sugar. It contributes to obesity, dental disease and diabetes. But Baker's adds it anyway because sugar-addicted dogs eat more and owners buy more bags. In 2013, veterinary dentists started seeing epidemic levels of dental disease in dogs. The common factor, sugar-containing dog foods like Baker's. The sugar feeds bacteria, causes plaque, and rots teeth. Purina's response: keep the sugar, keep selling. Open a bag of Baker's and smell it. There's a sweet, artificial aroma. That's the added sugars and flavoring. Real dog food smells savory and meaty. This smells like sugary cereal. Pour it into a bowl and watch your dog's reaction. They eat it frantically because the sugar creates addictive palatability. But craving isn't the same as nutrition. Your dog is being conditioned to want food that's damaging their health. This is #1 because Baker's represents everything wrong with commercial dog food. Minimal meat, maximum grain filler, added sugars, all whilst claiming to provide complete nutrition and selling to millions of trusting families. Baker's costs £2 to £3 per kilogram. You're paying for sugar-laden grain pellets with 4% meat derivatives. The complete claim is legally compliant but nutritionally inadequate. Britain's popular dog food is Britain's biggest deception. Go check your cupboard right now. If there's Baker's, Pedigree, Caesar, or any of these brands, you're feeding your dog industrial byproducts and grain filler marketed as quality nutrition. Here's the truth. Real dog food is simple. Meat, organs, bones, vegetables, minimal processing. If cereals appear first on the ingredient list, it's not appropriate for carnivores. If it contains meat derivatives rather than named meat, you don't know what animal you're feeding. If it's owned by Mars or Nestle, it's been cost-optimized. Want actual dog food? These three are worth buying. Safe. Pick one. Fourth Glade. British company, real meat, honest ingredients. Fourth Glade uses named meat as the primary ingredient. Chicken, beef, lamb, actual identifiable meat, not derivatives. Minimum 70% meat content in every recipe. The ingredient lists are short and readable. Chicken, sweet potato, carrots, minerals, that's it. No cereals, no byproducts, no sugar, just real food. Independently owned British company, no corporate ownership, gutting quality. Available in most pet shops and some supermarkets, around £2 to £2.50 per tray. More expensive than Bakers? Yes, but you're feeding actual meat and vegetables, not grain filler and sugar. Safe pick 2, Lily's Kitchen. Proper ingredients, human-grade meat, no nonsense. Lily's Kitchen uses human-grade meat and organic vegetables. The ingredient lists show chicken, beef, or fish as the primary component. Real named ingredients you'd recognize in your own kitchen. No meat derivatives, no cereals, no added sugars, just proper food prepared for dogs, founded by a woman who wanted to feed her dog Lily properly. Now available in major supermarkets and pet shops, around £2.50 to £3.50 per portion. Premium pricing for premium ingredients. Your dog deserves real food. Safe. Pick 3. Butternut Box fresh food. Delivery. Gently cooked, properly balanced. Butternut Box delivers freshly prepared dog food to your door. Real meat, vegetables, and nutrients. Gently cooked to preserve nutrition, then frozen for freshness. No kibble, no tins, no shelf-stable processing destroying nutrients, just real food prepared in batches and delivered fresh. Subscription service with personalized portions for your dog's size and needs. Around £3 to £5 per day, depending on dog size. Most expensive option, but you're feeding fresh food prepared properly. No industrial processing, no byproducts, no grain filler. Let's recap what you're avoiding. Baker's Complete makes nutrition claims whilst feeding sugar-laden grain pellets. Pedigree dominates the market with 4% meat derivatives. Caesar sells gourmet marketing whilst providing industrial slurry. Chappie targets elderly dogs with grain-heavy mush. Wag pretends to fuel working dogs with cereal filler. Butchers uses butcher imagery for 4% meat derivatives. Winalot trades British heritage for American corporate byproduct. James Wellbeloved charges premium prices for rice-heavy, hypoallergenic claims. Harrington's positions budget ingredients as premium, and Beta uses science-backed marketing to sell cheap grains. These brands have conditioned Britain to accept grain-heavy, meat-poor food as normal dog nutrition. They've used marketing claims about completeness and quality whilst providing industrial byproducts and filler. But now you know. Tonight, check what you're feeding. If it's owned by Mars or Nestle, it's been cost-optimized. If cereals appear first, it's inappropriate for carnivores. If it contains added sugars, it's actively harmful. Switch to Fourth Glade, Lily's Kitchen, or Butternut Box. Pay more. Feed real ingredients. Your dog's health is worth it. Proper nutrition is worth it. And food, real, meat-based, honestly made food, is absolutely worth it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more investigations into what's really in Britain's pet food. Hit that notification bell and share this with everyone still feeding Baker's or Pedigree thinking it's adequate nutrition. Because right now, dog food brands are banking on you not reading ingredient lists. Let's change that.